Hey, Jen Pacici here. I have noticed that the post of mine that gets the most clicks and searches and all that is how to get rid of negative thoughts. So I thought it would be fun to record something about negative thoughts so you could listen if you did not feel like reading about it. Also, I have so many ideas, there's no way I could put them all into this. But the thing that is coming to me for today is one of the things that you can do with negative thoughts is actually accept that you are having negative thoughts. So, how do you know if you're having a negative thought? You may be aware enough that you hear the negative thought, you hear the thing that you're telling yourself over and over again. Or you may be having some sort of physical, like you feel like your stomach churning, or you feel that your shoulders are really tense, or you feel that you notice that you're lashing out at people. So then if you're having those kind of emotional and physical reactions, there must be a thought going on in the background that is not your truth, not supporting you. So that would be something you could consider a negative thought. So first you would have to notice what the negative thought is. You could do that by sitting quietly and listening, or you could journaling. I find much more helpful. So just write down, what is it that you are believing right now that is making you feel that way, that's causing these emotional and physical reactions. So it could be, no one loves me, I'm not enough, I'm losing my freedom, my child is not going to turn out well, my relationship is going to end. It could be very granular, like my boss is mad at me, or very like small and specific. Or it could be some gigantic thing, like the world is falling apart. Like you have to identify what that is. And then, as much as I personally, and probably the rest of us, just don't want to have any negative thoughts or feelings, something that is actually really helpful is to just allow the negative thought and the negative feeling, not to wallow in it, not to think over and over and over and over again. This is me like pushing on the negative thought. Not to push it and be like, it's true, no one will ever love me, and like feed it, not to feed it, but to see it. To see it and to say, to acknowledge it to yourself. Like half the time I feel like we are just ignoring the negative thoughts, but they're still in there, but we won't see them and acknowledge them. So taking a breath, getting still with it, writing it down or journaling to get to what it is, and just seeing it and saying, okay, right now my mind is telling me I am unlovable, or I am never going to be successful. And you could question that thought. You could look for reasons that thought is not true, but really you could just look at it and be like, okay, I see that. I see that right now that is something that I am stuck in, and I can feel. So for me, my stuff shows up so physically, like I feel it in my body, and you could just be like, okay, I see it. You could name where you feel it in your body. Like, imagine you're just an observer of your human self. Like you are connecting with maybe like the higher or soul part of yourself, and you're just observing this wonderful human who is having this human experience. And you're like, my human is really struggling with this thought. And I see that it's manifesting, it's making her heart beat fast. Oh, it's making her stomach feel churned up. It's causing pain in her ribs. I don't know, whatever it is for you. And just noticing it and accepting it and being like, okay, I see that. It is okay to have these thoughts, and just be with it in the moment. And honestly, I know it sounds really weird, but just actually acknowledging it, accepting that it is happening, that can actually help to dissipate the negative energy and the negative thought. And I don't know why it works, but it does. So that is something to try if you are struggling with negative feelings or thoughts. Just noticing what it is, where they are, and paying attention to them. I'm looking down because I feel like everything in my body comes from down here, and just naming it and exhaling and just letting it be, and just like telling yourself it's okay. Okay? So I'll see you next time.